share with us, I believe about lemongrass, right? That's our 15%
Yes,
off product of the month. Awesome. Thanks, Shannon.
of course. Let me see if I can get my screen shared here because I'm special at that. Alrighty. All right, so we are going to do lemongrass today, and I actually learned a whole lot from that, which I was surprised. And basically, lemongrass is an essential oil that promotes healthy digestion and is frequently used in skincare products for its purifying benefits. Lemongrass has an herbaceous aroma that can heighten awareness, and it is ideal for massage therapy. And we can use it 3 ways. We can use it aromatically, topically, and internally. So the main properties of lemongrass: it purifies and tones skin, it promotes healthy digestion, it heightens awareness and promotes positivity, and it helps promote immune and nervous system health. And so I wanted to go over the chemistry of lemongrass because that's something I love. I always love science. And the chemical constitutes of lemongrass are geraniol, and neural. And basically what these do is for geraniol benefits, which is 25 to 50% of lemongrass. It has a surface cleansing properties. It may support healthy cellular function. It promotes healthy cholesterol levels already in normal range and hormonal balance. It calms and soothes muscles. It supports healthy cognitive and immune system function. And geraniol and benefits, it's usually 1 to 15% in lemongrass. It's also a surface cleansing property. It also supports cellular health, and it supports nervous system and digestive tract health. And the neural benefits are 25 to 50%. And again, it's surface cleansing properties. It may support cellular health, may promote healthy cholesterol levels. It's calming and a relaxing aroma, and it supports the immune system. And this is what's really cool. So all of you who can't get Melissa at the moment, or you've run out of Melissa, lemongrass and Melissa both have geraniol and neural. And what's really cool is if you're out of Melissa, you can substitute lemongrass because it's high concentration of both those constitutes. So that was something I was really stoked about learning. And top uses for lemongrass: it's a thyroid support for hypo or hyperthyroidism. You can apply a drop over the thyroid. You can take it for high cholesterol, 1 to 2 drops in a veggie cap. Ligament and tendon issues, you can apply 1 to 2 drops with coconut fractionated oil or whatever carrier oil you want to use. And also helps with stomach ulcers, take a drop in a veggie cap. And for immune support, you can do 1 to 2 drops in the bottom of the feet. And lactose intolerance, you can also take a drop in the veggie cap. And what's cool is you can use it for cooking. So use a toothpick for a desired flavor when you're cooking, so you don't put too much in there. And again, muscle and joints, 1 to 2 drops. And insects, you can totally repel insects, so diffuse at outdoor events to keep them away. And healthy nails, combined with melaleuca and apply to your nails. And gastrointestinal function, you can also combine with a drop of peppermint in a veggie cap to help with those issues. And some fun facts: it takes 3 pounds of lemongrass to make 1 15 ml bottle of lemongrass. It is sourced from India, and there are over 400 published studies about the benefits of lemongrass. And already distilled lemongrass that's already been distilled and boiled down is used again to fuel the distillation boilers. So that was kind of a neat thing. And it goes well with grapefruit, tea tree, vetiver, Siberian fir, and clary sage. And that's all I got on lemongrass.
Awesome, Shannon. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and check out the chat. Danny said, beautiful slides. I agree. Those were gorgeous. Jen Reichart said, yes, lemongrass, you should use the carrier oil. She said she burned her neck today. Yikes. And then always remember, if something like that happens, just to put the carrier on oil afterwards, right? Janice says she's going to tell her hubby to add that lemongrass to his achy back with the carrier oil. Great tip. Yay, Shannon. And I love that you shared that it's a substitute for Melissa, because as we know, Melissa is one of our most expensive oils. And so it is really nice that since if you don't have that, then you can substitute that out. I'm going to stop the sharing. There we go. All right. Anybody else want to share? I personally just love diffusing lemongrass. Um, and I actually like it with mints, but I like everything with mints. So that's just me. Anybody else want to share how else they like to use lemongrass? I never think to add it to my cleaner in my lineup of that, but I'm gonna try to do that with like my On Guard cleaner concentrate for sure. Lori says she uses it in a veggie tab. Love it so much. All right. Thank you, Lori. Yay. All right. Well, thank you, Shannon. I'm always so truly appreciative. I mean, I know you've taught our essential oils with kids class before, but I'm always so grateful when other members of our team are willing to step out of their comfort zone and share with us. And you did such an amazing job. So thank you. Sasha said thank you. And Auntie Mikey said, love it in Thai food. And she is definitely the chef. If you don't follow her on Instagram, she's always whipping up all kinds of yummy stuff. So, all right, you guys. Well, it is good to be back. Thanks for everyone holding it down the fort. I had the privilege of traveling to Nashville for a diamond retreat last week. I feel like it's all a blur. But and I was in and out. I pretty much did not leave the hotel really. It was just there, but it was 2.5 days of just really absorbing all the knowledge from top leaders in our company, right? So these are all Diamond Plus leaders. I also had the honor of presenting about Diamond Club. I had about a 15-minute part, which was super nerve-wracking because although I've presented for Doterra before, was never in person. It was always online. So I want to share a little bit about that at the end. I don't have a packed agenda tonight. Tonight, I kind of wanted to get some feedback and talk to you guys a little bit about things that are coming up that are important to you as builders and sharers. Also, we want to do like a tool every month or a skill. We have Jordan Mossman for mindset, and he'll be back next week, Wednesday. But this week, I'm going to be revisiting a tool that we've already introduced you guys, but that came up often at Diamond Retreat. Okay, so first things first, congratulations to all of you that are participants in the Begin program, and also all of you that are, yes, Shannon, I love it, that are mentors in the Begin program. Been getting some really great feedback, both things that are going well and things that need a little bit of work. So I want to hear from you guys because we do need some sort of clear builders program. And this is our first attempt at that. But we are open to suggestions. So let me tell you a little bit about the things that I've been hearing, positive and I don't want to say negative because even the not positive things are still really valuable, okay, and situational too. So some of the things that I've been hearing is some people are saying that they absolutely love it and they really love their accountability groups. So if you are in a very active accountability group, I've talked to two of my leaders who are, they're loving the support of their group. Now, like anything else, if the group is not active, then it becomes a little bit more challenging. And I know we've had this discussion with oil games in the past and so forth. So if you are part of the Begin program, or you have a participant in the Begin program that is not in an active group, and maybe for the rest of the month they want to get aligned with people that are active, like an active accountability group, please let them know so that we can try to get them with people that are moving and shaking and responsive, and we want everybody to feel that that support. And so some people are saying that they love the way the program's laid out. It's very step by step. The text, the Facebook groups, that sort of thing are working well. But the accountability group was definitely something I heard as a positive. One of the things that one of my particular participants is struggling with is how fast it's going, and feeling like she can't necessarily keep up. She can listen to the calls, but she can't keep up with the assignments. And so this is great. And it was funny because Natalia actually brought this up to me in my mentor call with her. And then the very next day I got this feedback from a builder. And so I kind of want to just read what Nat's responses to me were, because they were really good. But really this program is meant to jumpstart people to success, but you don't have to do it on an accelerated timeline. Okay. If you want to go slower, that is definitely your option. What we wouldn't want, and I think maybe going into it next time, there's a couple of different ways that we could approach it. The calls themselves are not difficult. It's the daily tasks, but that's also why we try to give the weekends as catch up time. And those of you that have done oil games, it's very similar, right? It's like the weekends are your time to catch up. And so we just want people to recognize that this is a more fast track program. If you want to fast track your business and go fast with building quickly in the beginning, then you're going to want to do whatever you can to keep up with those assignments and get it done. But if you are wanting to get started, but maybe want to take a bit of a slower approach, that is perfectly okay. Like this business, the beauty of this business is that it is yours. Now, the reality is that the work has to get done, but the pace at which you go, depends on you. So I want to literally pull up Nat's text to me, but anybody wanna jump in? Oh, here. Okay, here. And thank you to Natalia. I heard that she did an amazing job at last week's builders call, and that you guys absolutely loved having her on. So thank you so much. Natalia, I knew you would be amazing, and you were on the Visionary Leaders one too. So what Natalia said is, you can build it your business at your own pace. The Begin program is set up for success, but you can take it slow. Just don't give up on your passion for the oils. You definitely don't need to have a supportive spouse, but what you need is the passion and the belief, and over time, the consistency to do that. Maris, it was recorded. We need to follow up with getting that recording posted. So we'll try to get that done sometime this week and post it. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Yeah. So anybody want to mute themselves as a participant and a mentor, and just share any positives, any feedback, pluses and deltas? We won't go positive, negative. We'll say pluses and deltas. Nobody? All right.
I'll go, Liza.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Ray.
So as a mentor, I'm doing it alongside my builders, my mentees. And what I'm appreciating is that going through it now, every time I listen to them, I learn something new. And so, and it's because I'm a different person right now. And so I can pull parts of it that really make sense to me now that didn't make sense to me before. I don't know if that makes sense. And so I appreciate doing it alongside. And so if we weren't doing this, I don't think I would be experiencing that. And so I think that's one of the pluses. Another plus is that we have a common topic to meet up on and touch bases on. So there's a very deliberate reason to meet with each other every week. And then the delta, I think, would be the pacing. You know, the double days is a kind of hard pace to pull. And I get that you can do it on your own pace, but then it doesn't match up with your accountability group too. So, you know, and I know that if you're an achiever, and lots of builders are like achievers, right? So when you're given a pace and it's hard to keep up, then it's stressful. And it's, you know, instead of absorbing it and going with the flow of it. And so that would be, yeah, I would agree with what the others have given feedback with on that.
Yeah, it's really hard to balance the two. Lori just wrote that she feels the program is awesome, especially for someone new and ready to build quickly. Timing was great for me and mentoring has been amazing. So maybe one of the questions that we can ask to pair people up for the accountability partners is something around how quick they're wanting to move. Because here's the thing is that if you drag out a program sometimes for too long, people inevitably lose steam on the back end anyway, right? So if we took the 30-day program and made it a 60-day program and we took those calls day by day, sometimes it makes the process longer than it needs to be. So something that Elise Sedavi did with the oil games was that she made sort of two different categories, right? Like wanting to get my feet wet or wanting to dive in kind of thing, you know, and then we can appropriately pair accountability partners so that for the people that want to go slower, at least they can talk about and digest the information that's being presented. And I love your reminder that we always learn something new, but then not feel the pressure to, you know, get the tasks done by certain days. So I think that's great. Great feedback. So thank you.
I have something to add if I can.
Of course.
All right. So I'm drawing a parallel from, if anyone knows, I know a few guys know me, that I am like gung-ho, gazelle intense with me paying off my mortgage. And so I'm in an accountability group for that. And it's a Dave Ramsey thing, but it's on a Facebook thing. And it's such a parallel thing with what we're doing here right now with the accountability groups. So with that, it's like every month, everyone puts in what they paid extra towards their principal and paying off their house, right? And the same issue has come about where some of them are like, hey, you know, this makes everyone feel really bad because I'm only making $15 an hour and I live in Alabama and I'm just, me and my husband are struggling, but it's not fair to see that some people can put an extra whatever towards the principal. What we did was that we decided that, you're it. If you're able to put an extra towards your principal, you're going to share and tell everybody how you did it. And, you know, so I don't know if we could do a similar thing where it's like, if you're the taskmaster and of your group, you're like the leader and you're like, you guys, I got everything done. Tell and share the rest of us how you had it done. What's your thought process? So it's kind of giving back and paying it forward so you can kind of bring us along with it and we can be inspired by that. So that's kind of how we did it with the Dave Ramsey thing. And it's great because it still uplifts everybody and it inspires those and it's supportive. So it's not like a competition. It really feels like when the people say what their daily tasks were and what they got done, it's like, and I'm going to help you. So I like it. I don't know if we could extend it to this, but I could see it working here too. So yeah.
I love that, Jen. That's such, I love always making connections. Danny called it a golden nugget and I agree. So Zacia's like, you're holding it down in our group text. So And so even I think so when we and if we decide to revisit this again, let's bring those ideas to the table to revamp it and to make it better and to find that sort of sweet spot. And the reality is, like, as Aisha said, it's hard because then sometimes those people that are like firecrackers help to move people along that aren't moving along, right? And so, but then you run that like fine line of like not also wanting to discourage other people. And listen, comparison is the thief of joy, right? I mean, you could say it, we can scream it from the top of the mountains, but the reality is, Kanani has 3 enrollments this month and nobody else does. And so how do you look at that? Like, yay, Kanani, we're super happy for her. But yet it's easy to be like, dude, I didn't even get 1 enrollment last month. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is. So it's that hard thing about you're never going to totally be able to avoid that. It becomes where people are self-motivated and aren't looking for aren't looking to compare themselves to other people, which is practically impossible because we're human. So, okay, so Kule is one of my participants who's saying she really enjoys the program. She totally took a step back from the business for a couple of months and felt like she wanted to come back fresh and kind of do it again. And for her, it's helped her immensely with relaunching and finding balance in her business. Now, there might be something to say about the fact that she's done a little bit of it before. And Lori mentioned, time practicing with the scripts. I highly suggest, and I didn't put a lot of pressure on my people to do this, but it says, practice your scripts. I promise you guys, that kind of stuff also comes from just sharing with people. Like, yes, I think scripts are great as a foundation, but you ultimately want to take that and make that your own, right? So you want to take the main points from those scripts and you want to morph them so they feel really good and authentic and real to you, so that when you are sharing with people, they feel the same. But if you want to practice that, get with your mentors, come to the Q&As. I did 2 Q&A times. Encourage your people to come to the Q&As and nobody showed up. So I don't know if I picked crappy times or you guys don't, but I was like, wow, nobody wanted to come hang out with their Blue Diamond leader for half an hour. But if you can, go to those Q&As, practice your scripts there, get on a Zoom or a phone. Another cool thing is just record yourself and send the voice memo to like your accountability group, or that's also another thing if you don't want to get on the screen. Ray's doing the Q&A tomorrow at 10 a.m. So if you want to join her or any of your peeps want to join her, join in this Zoom room. Sasha says the pace can be stressful. However, her accountability group has been nothing but inspiring and supportive, even if one of us is a little behind. I love that. I love that. And so now we know, right, to go in, maybe ask a little bit deeper questions, but then also be mindful that sometimes every group needs somebody who's, pushing them forward. And if you end up in a group with all people who are like, oh, I want to take it slow and steady, then everybody takes it slow and steady. And sometimes slow and steady sometimes fizzles out. So, I'm so glad that you guys are appreciating your accountability groups. Please check in with your participants. If they are not in a group that is responsive, if they are not, like, let's get them. It's, we're 10 days in, right? So let's get them for the rest of the month into a group where they can start to feel a little bit more love and support. But, I do feel like the groups were 4 people, as long as 2 to 3 people are actively communicating. I think that's good, but if they're in a group and nobody's like crickets, please let us know so we can get them. Kanani said, definitely share from the heart or practice while driving. You know what I did, what I do for all of my speaking things for doTERRA is when I'm driving, I'll just press the camera record button and I'll record myself as I'm driving. And then I go back and I listen to it and I learn from my mistakes there too. Or while showering, Ray said, I will not record myself in the camera just because that's just putting yourself in a situation where you just don't know what's going to happen to that video. But I can see just doing voice memos in the shower, right? All right, you guys. Awesome. I really appreciate all of the feedback, and please know that we want to keep hearing it. This is our first time, and so the growing pains of it, but I do also appreciate that it has excited and launched and relaunched sharers and builders in this business. And so I think that that's, something that we need to offer every so often. At least I would say at least twice a year. We should offer some sort of program that helps launch and relaunch builders. Anybody else have anything to share about the Begin program? I did a membership overview class today, and I talked about balance being my road rage oil, which I've shared many times before. Jai said, if you ever had road rage while recording, can we see that? That would also be a no, but thanks for asking. Okay, next thing that I want to talk about, and this actually goes hand in hand with the Begin program. This is not as explicit, but I want to say this here, and then I want this to trickle down. So, my leadership team, be sure to connect with your leadership teams and all the way down, that oil study is a big goal of Begin. So what I'm encouraging my 4 participants to do is to get at least 5 people into oil study. Now, I am choosing to supply the samples for those people. So, if that's something that you need, talk to your upline and your enroller. And if that's something that they don't feel like they're capable of providing, then go above them and keep going up. The buck stops with me, by the way. So just go up the appropriate chain. But I really am excited. I love oil studies, and I know that we've had lots of success with it. And I know that some people haven't had as much success. And I want to really encourage you. Our classes are not having the success that they used to be, and we're just going to keep on keeping on. And as long as Kate and Kanani and Tasha are doing Diamond Club, we are keeping those 3 classes on the books for the duration of Diamond Club. And ultimately, we want to get people to those classes. But oil studies is an experiential opportunity for people to try the oils with the group format and the education and the learning. And so I really, really highly encourage you guys, whether you're doing Begin or not, to be sure to, I challenge you to get 5 people into an oil study, into our March oil studies. The first of the emails went out. We're on email day 3. Tomorrow morning will be 4 and 5. The pre-study class will be on Monday at 5 p.m. I won't be teaching it, but it will be here in the Zoom room. And please make sure that your Begin participants are getting my builders emails. I did have my assistant double check, but just make sure that they are, and help them through that process of getting people into the oil study. Okay. Provide them with scripts to invite, provide them with tips. And yeah, I posted about it on my social media today, but the social media graphics folder should go out any day now, day 4, day 5, so that you can start posting on your social media as well, if that's something that you want to do to try to attract people. I suggest not just posting the graphics, but going and doing a few stories prior to just explain what the study is and give it a little bit of a personal touch as well. Anybody want to chime in or share anything about oil studies? Questions, comments? Yeah, Danny, go for it.
I was thinking, do you think it might be cool to add like the nutrition line to it as one of the options?
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about in the future. This is full transparency, you guys. Like, creating the content for this, like, it took us a while to like hammer out the posts that get posted every day, and the lives, and even the graphics, and the, you know what I mean? So the other thing about the nutrition line is there's no oil to experience in that one. And I almost feel like you could oh, and not said, and you can't see a difference in 7 days. So the result is not immediate. So I almost think those are better off as an aside. I have thought about doing an LLV one just as a standalone, like LLV with Terrazyme and probiotics, like 7 days of those. doTERRA already sells the prepackaged LLV. You send probiotics, you send Terrazyme. I've thought about doing that as a standalone, like not with oils, but just an LLV. And I kind of love the idea of doing it for existing customers too. And we've talked about this, about offering the oil study to people, that are already enrolled but not on LRP. So, you know, that's something that I'll talk with Kate. Can you remember this for leadership team meeting tonight about inviting people to the oil study that are already your personal enrollments, but but haven't ordered or don't order regularly. I see value in that. And then I was thinking of a standalone with the LLV, but I don't really know about adding the nutritional supplement. Like, I feel like you could send people that on the side, and really, like, either they're going to like it or they're not. I mean, in terms of taste and stuff, so. But thank you. I love that. And I'm glad you said that, because I got to share about the LLV one and I saw a lot of nodding heads. So I'm guessing that people like that idea. So I'm going to add that to my notes so I don't forget. LLV study.
Eliza, you said you're going to think about doing one that for the people that are already enrolled and are like, maybe been enrolled for like 6-7 months, but haven't really, joined in. Because I have a few people that I know are interested in, but I know we were keeping it separate.
The
So I would definitely
problem that I
love.
have with that is that I don't see the point of adding them into another Facebook group when they are part of our Facebook group that already pushes out tons of quality education. So what I would think for that sort of study would be a study that we run in the Facebook group. So the types of posts and the giveaways and the daily education. One of the things, for those of you guys that participated in the Facebook party that Jai coordinated, I like some of those videos were amazing. And I was like, poop, we need those videos. Like, we need to get more live videos of the team in our customer group and not just save them for people we're trying to enroll, right? So if we did a study with existing customers that aren't active, I wouldn't want to do it in a separate group. If they're on Facebook, they should be in our Facebook group, and they're getting pumped full of education. But we up the ante, we provide them with samples, and then for the benefit of the whole team, we do the lives and the giveaways and everything inside of our existing Essential Island Living group.
I like that. Yeah.
That's what that would look like. Because nobody needs to be added to another Facebook group just for the sake of another Facebook group. Okay, good. So LLV study, existing customer, and we could do that. I wanted to do, and I talked to the leadership team about doing like sort of the Facebook party thing in our customer group, and like having a sign up sheet for somebody to go live once a week and do a giveaway in our customer group. Not daily, but like, so really we could do the oil study next month in our customer group. I mean, that wouldn't be hard to put together, because really what that would look like is, you could sample, theoretically, then it's just on you to reach out to your customers, say, hey, do you want to try 7 days of samples of this? And then we do all that we would normally do in the oil study Facebook group in our customer group, right? The morning giveaway post, the live video, and some information about that specific product or oil. So, okay. All right, good. Awesome. Keep it coming. Anything else? No? I want to also say this, if we're going to continue, and so many of you guys stepped up for the Facebook party, so that was so awesome. If we're going to continue to do these things too, we need everybody to help, right? Like it can't always fall on myself and Kate and Kanan and Tosh and Aisha and Frazier to do all the lives and do all the giveaways. People are definitely starting to come around more, but like even with the essential oil study, like it does not have to be us. And so, you know, if you're willing, like Shannon was willing tonight to do, you know, please contribute to the team in that capacity with doing a live video, with doing a giveaway. Those things really help. And, you know, yeah. So I forgot what else I was going to say, but yes, that. Do we have to have do we want to have a focus for a live video? So if we did an oil study, if we recreated an oil study in our Facebook group, they would be focused on the products that we were focusing on the study. So, and then this is where it gets tricky though, right? Because do we stick to if we stuck to the 4 topics that we have now, then boom, we're done, right? Everything's ready to go. We might change up some of the posts because some of the posts we've already done before. Maybe we change up. If you want to do studies on other products, that's when there's more time and planning and prep. So for those videos, yes, there would be a focus. What I was thinking for the weekly giveaway or weekly live with a giveaway, it could be whatever your choice is. Like I was just thinking of a sign up sheet where it's like every live on, I don't know, you know, whatever, live on, there's no day of the week that starts with L, but, you know, Monday product lives or whatever, and you would sign up. So you were passionate about, like, I remember Jan did bone nutrient complex. So she could sign up for that. She could give away a bone nutrient complex, or she could give away whatever she wants, right? Yes, Shannon, get out of your comfort zone. So then that would give us, that would give you free reign to talk about what you wanted to. And then that would just be an ongoing sign up. Like every Monday, somebody on the team is agreeing to go live at some point on Monday. They do a video for 2 minutes to, I think Marissa's cleaning video was like 30 minutes, but everybody said how amazing it was. Because if there's one thing Marissa does well, there's many things she does well. She's very crafty too. She's a killer at reels, like teach me all the reel ways, Maris. Although I did do a pretty funny reel the other night, if you didn't see it. I didn't know what I was doing. It was my first take and I thought it was actually not bad. So anyway, and I digress. So you can make it as long or short as you wanted, and then just do a giveaway. Because I do feel like, you know, we talk a lot about community building things, and that was one thing I share about even in my leadership talk about doing giveaways and just customer appreciation, you know, and stuff. Marissa, you are definitely upping the real game. All right. Anything else you guys have about oil study? So 5 people, you guys, that's your challenge. 5 people. You can do it. 5 people. Okay. A couple of more things. Lots and lots and lots and lots of conversations and topics around Founders Club and Diamond Club. So Diamond Club, shout out to Kate, Kanani, and Tasha, who are blazing the Diamond Club trails. Don't forget, they have classes for you to bring people. If you have one-on-ones or other classes, they're happy to come on, pop on, help with portions of that. That's what Diamond Club is about, to teach more, to educate more, to get people enrolled and started on this journey. So they are here to help you too. So yay. And Aisha did graphics for the month. They're in the builders group. Dropped a graphic there that had all of their Diamond Club codes. That is not to be shared publicly, but so that at least you have it handy if you need it. Founders Club. I did a mentor call. I don't think she's on because of the weather, with Fraser the other day, who said that she deep dove back into Founders Club and really mapped it out. And I want to just encourage all of you right now. Founders Club is still available, and it's available for everyone. If you really want founders, you can make it happen. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go in the business group, type in founders, and go look at all the information. But I will tell you guys right now, I think it's actually, I don't want to say it's easier because none of it is easy. Like, to achieve that is not easy. This is a legacy position. This is, you're basically working to make $100,000 a year for the rest of your life. That's what founders is. Okay. $100,000 a year for the rest of your life. That's what a founder's position means in doTERRA. It is not every day. It is not every year. It is not every lifetime that a $1 billion debt-free company says, hey, we're gonna bring on 200 new people to share in the global profits of our company. You know, who's coming with? And everybody's like, nah, I'm not interested in that. So, I mean, I just feel like we as a low pressure team, and we are, I want you guys to know this, we are a very low pressure team, good, bad, or otherwise, compared to what else is out there. And I'm not knocking the other way, but sometimes I think to the detriment of you guys, because we don't want to push people too hard or be too, that we don't emphasize opportunities enough. And Founders Club is an opportunity, and it is available to everyone. Okay. The first person from Hawaii to secure one of there's 200 spots, 5 have been secured. The most recent one, Malia Kaihui, she's from Oahu. She enrolled on May 15th and hit Diamond and Founders in December. Now, this is an anomaly. I saw her at Leadership and we hung out a little bit, and I was like, what the fuck? I mean, like, I was like, I don't know how the hell you did that. And I use F word because if you know me, I really do really like the F word a lot. And so there was a lot of that. And so I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is you still have a lot of time. There's only 5 of the 200 spots. I think by the end of this year, I don't even think that half of them will be taken, to be honest, or maybe about half will be taken. So you have time. And what also her story tells us is that you don't have to be a top leader. In fact, if you haven't achieved many of the ranks yet, you are in a far better position to do that. And hit that goal than for some of us that, you know, I can't go back and earn points for myself for elite and premier and silver and all those other ranks. So I just want to put founders out there. I want to water that seed a little bit for those of you. If that's something you want, get in your back office, click on the link that says founders, and go figure out where you're at and what you need to do and how you're going to make it happen. Get with your mentor and your upline sponsor to map it out. And then you got to go out there and do the work. That's the other obvious thing, right? Something like that doesn't get handed to you. You don't just get handed $100,000 check a year for the rest of your life. You actually have to go out there and bust your ass. So, you know, if that doesn't interest you, then totally fine. Founders isn't for you. But if that does, if that kind of legacy position in a company that you literally will be able to pass on forever interests you, then you should go make it happen. I will tell you guys right now, I will be a founder, like without a doubt, I will be a founder. So I hope that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many of you are interested in that will join in that, because there is no if, there's just a when. Okay. All right. Last thing, oh no, 2 more things. This pertains to elites, premiers, and above. If you're not those ranks yet, not to worry. This is something that you get to look forward to, but please go check out the link I posted. I think you did also get an email, because Natalia told me she got an email. There's a special session on March 20th. A special business session. A special business session on Saturday, March 20th with Emily Wright and a whole bunch of amazing people for 2 hours. I think it starts at 7 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time, but open to all elites and premiers. Now, for some of you, your silver uplines will be in touch about the ability for you to access and watch some of leadership. Leadership is reserved for silver and above leaders, but some premiers and elites will be invited to be able to log on and watch on Thursday and Friday of leadership. And that's the 18th and 19th. Okay. All right. This was the tool I wanted to share with you guys, which you guys have seen before. I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of homework. It's nothing that you actually have to like go and write or do or stress about, but we attempted to find a way to entice, encourage, incentivize around this bad boy, the Business Builder's Guide. Those of you that are attending leadership, those of you that are going as elites and premiers, this is a heavy emphasis. We did a whole session on it at Diamond Retreat, and it was surprising to me how many diamonds didn't even know this thing existed. It actually scared me a little bit, but we kind of got stalled with this, and I would love some feedback about how we can bring this bad boy to life on our team. So your homework is just to think about that and maybe come with some ideas, maybe not next week, maybe the week after, about how do you see us utilizing this Business Builder's Guide? Because I'm going to tell you guys, Begin is definitely a great program, but everything that you need to know about building your doTERRA business is in this booklet, in terms of compensation plan, power of 3, following with customers, supporting the whole gamut with all the scripts and all the templates and all the things. And so if you haven't even looked at this or dove into this at all, I highly, highly, highly encourage that you do. Okay. And so I would love feedback about how you guys envision us utilizing this as a tool in our team. Maybe our next business rollout is this, but then there's no calls, and Elisa's calls are great. So, you know, pros and cons, right? So think about this. The other thing that I need feedback on that we'll be asking, not next week, because we have Jordan next week, but probably the following week, is just about the time change. So we made the 8:30 to 8 o'clock time change for Wednesday. And I probably will do some sort of poll or something somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe in the Facebook group, the business group, maybe here. I think I have the capacity to do a poll on Zoom too. Since you guys are the ones showing up, but think about that as well. If you guys like the time change. One more little fun thing. David Sterling was there only for the opening part of leadership, and he revisited hard. There was so much, you guys, I could go on and on, but he really talked about a couple of things that I was super grateful for. He talked about bringing messages of peace and inclusion, and that at doTERRA, we respect all and love all, and we want to lead with that. No matter what our personal beliefs are, we want to lead with peace and inclusion. But the thing that business-wise, he was like, there are not enough advocates teaching power of 3. And I thought, well, I think we're doing a pretty good job on this team of emphasizing the importance of Power of Three. So I just wanted to say that was a big highlight at convention, as far as what David Sterling, the CEO of our company, is saying, is like, teach the Power of Three. That structure is there for a reason. And he just wanted to remind us that that is really a huge gift. And so they want us to take advantage of it. Yeah. Emily Wright, one of the big things Emily Wright said is that leaders show others that they can do hard things. So as we wrap up tonight, I want you to just reflect on, as a leader, if you are leading your community of doTERRA people, and if you don't have your own community yet, like of builders, are you right now the leader that you would want to follow? Are you an inspiring leader that you would want to follow in this business? And I think that that's always something important. I know I reflect on that all the time. You guys have heard me say a bazillion times about leading from the front, and I take that very seriously. And I feel like a poopy head when I don't feel like I'm doing a good job at that. So I want you guys to think of that, and not to make you feel good, bad, or otherwise, but just as a reflection piece on what you are doing well and what you can do better, so that you can be the type of leader that people are attracted to and want to lock arms with, and join, because you are leading from the front and doing the things. All right, everybody. Did I miss anything? Anybody else want to share something before we pop off for the night? Okay. I said that was not going to be a packed call, but there was kind of a lot. Let's go ahead and take our team pick real quick. Thank you to those of us. Oh, and we just like that, lost 2 people. Oh, third. What is it with the picture that makes everyone run for the hills? It's so funny. All right, here we go. Smile. As usual, thank you for showing up for yourselves, for showing up for your community, for showing up for your team, for your learning, for your growth. Shannon, huge thanks for stepping out and stepping in and sharing with us your knowledge about lemongrass tonight. We love and appreciate you all, and we'll see you back next week. Jordan Mossman will be back dropping some mindset knowledge on us, and we're super excited. See you guys then. Bye. Oh, Tasha has a class at 10 a.m. tomorrow too. Invite.